You are watching your favorite YouTube channel,
Yeah.
Talkbook.
So now with your favorite host, Love and
Ritesh.
so Nitish, we are super excited, yeah?
Yeah, I'm absolutely excited for today's conversation.
And today, what about weather?
Weather is really awesome. And what about your locality weather?
Literally just in my favor. Yeah,
Oh my God.
yesterday it
Yeah.
was literally just stuffy,
Hmm.
but having rain, I took a sigh of relief.
Yeah, obviously, bro. After rain, the weather is totally get changed.
So now we are super excited, and viewers, this video is gonna hype up your excitement.
At the peak level.
And it will help you to chase your goal and just put out you from your.
Comfort zone.
So now, without wasting time, just deep down in our conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there is a story, and there is a boy, and just who had a fantastic life,
Fantastic life.
who
Okay.
was only 10 years old,
10-year old.
and who was going to on a trip with his mom and
On a
dad.
train.
Yeah, by a train, just with his mom and dad. Do you
Yeah.
know what happened?
What happened?
Just train just got off the track, and his mom and dad
Really?
just got died.
It happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so sad moment, bro. Like literally. Even we can't feel it now. Like we are not at those positions, like at the position of father and mother, so we cannot feel it. Otherwise, we feel with the tears and all that.
This is quick. Can you imagine like what about his life after lost his mom and dad?
Bro, it's his life may be worst.
His relative. Yes, he went at his relative, but his relative really was just didn't help them to nourish.
Who really didn't help them. So what happened with that boy?
And that boy just went out to find job. And
That boy went for the job.
he was only 10 year old.
10 years.
10 years old.
Oh my God.
Not mentally strong, not physically strong. Like a skinny boy.
Oh my God. So bro, like, did he get the job?
Yeah, he got job. But do you know in our constitution there is law and order. Below 80, below 14,
Yeah.
can't get a job somewhere else.
Yeah.
So do you think is it right? I mean, good law and order.
No, it's not good law and order. Like even our laws take the action toward the right to education. That every child should be educated.
Who will educate him? His mom and daddy is not there.
Did he go for the orphanage?
Yeah, he went. But orphanage, do you know condition of orphanage in the country?
And I
Was
also,
Nitish was when he went. Even he was unable to get to a square meal.
oh my God. And I also got to know that in the orphanages, most of the child get raised by their owners. I mean, owner of the orphanages.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, he was being asked money at red light. Red light in his coaching center.
To like only 10-year-old boy, and he has to earn money for at just sitting at the red light.
And this, when I heard this story, my heart went out. My eyes were full of tears.
No, obviously, bro. Like, how can we imagine? Even we can't imagine. Like, suppose if you were at the position of that guy, that boy, then just you can imagine like the fear, the emotional, uh, the emotional escalation.
One day he came and he collected only 150 rupees. Do you know what happened with him?
What happened?
He was beaten ritually.
Oh my God! And who beat him?
His honor, orphanage honor. You are good for nothing.
Didn't the government take any action?
No one else. Everyone was indulging, saying just the worst work.
Likewise, there are many children who work at the same
Yeah,
thing.
many children they were just sent outside to ask money, different course for at that time.
What about the girls?
The girls, literally in this, I can't talk about girls. Their critical situation. They are
Maybe,
used. I mean, human traffic. All orphanage, all most of them, they are human trafficker.
oh my God. They also deal the girls and women to some places.
And that boy,
Hmm.
his hand was speculated, cut off. Why? Do you know why his hand was cut off?
I don't know how.
If you will have only one hand, then people will get empathy,
Okay,
kindness.
okay, okay. I got to understand. Like
And
that's why they cut it the hand. Bro, it's not fair.
yeah, if you are just compelling someone to ask money, please let him live a life.
Yeah, bro. This is not the way. Like for money, I mean the owner of the orphanage cut the hand of that 10-year child who haven't lived his life.
And what about that pain? Can you imagine
Obviously, bro.
what kind of pain he got?
For 100 and 200 rupees per day, they cut it the hand of that 10-year boy. That's unbelievable.
And then boy was getting more money, 500, 600. People just started getting.
How can a person be that much insane, paranoid?
Yeah. I mean, in this scenario, everyone is like a robot. Not lack of emotion, lack of kindness, humanity.
Or even I'm just feeling numbness in my body while imagining the condition of that boy. Like literally, I just wanted to cry like for that boy.
My heart went out for them
Hmm.
when I saw it real.
Hmm.
And you know, when he just refused, I can't bear more pain. I need some treatment. And then that owner just gave him injection for unconscious.
Oh my god. And why our government is not taking action regarding that?
Comment they don't have. I mean, just why they will concern this matter? They are only indulging caste, food, voting system, reservation.
I think government should take the action.
Yeah, there is like game. They
Can
just kidnap the child and let them back the money at temple. If you just visit temple, in front of temple, you will get more than 30 and 40 temple, gurdwara,
Hmm.
mosque.
bro,
Typically, you will find.
you are telling the story of one boy. Likewise, can you imagine like how many children doing the same thing in our old country, like India?
They are in a trap. But would you like to give solution how government can't like just help them to get out from that trap? But how similar like any NGO and common citizen, they can help them to just get out those all this child from that trap.
I think people should inform to the NGOs because government cannot take the action. I just believe it. But NGO, it's entire work to help the needy person. So definitely, people who reside there, they should inform to the NGOs. But I'm not getting like why people don't want to get into these cases. Why they are afraid? Why they are afraid to fight for the right?
Yeah, because being a human being, we should raise our voice. Animal, dog,
Hmm.
they live a life freedom. But being a human being, it's our responsibility. Work for yourself as well
Hmm.
as also help your society. And have you ever seen such kind of boys at red light and somewhere else to ask money?
I didn't hear, but I saw it by my eyes at New Delhi railway station, at the Nagar metro station. There are many people. They are begging for money, and
You haven't thought how from where do they come here to ask money every day? Same boy, same woman.
I didn't think about that. But I felt sadness. But after when I saw all these boys and the old people, they are begging at the railway station, at the metro stations, and on the street. So literally. But what can I do? Literally, I can pay to one beggar. I mean, one needy person. But there are thousands of beggars around the India,
But in
in
this
every state. No, is it practical? Can't be possible that I can support that.
you don't think so? We are responsible for such situation. Why do we offer them money?
Mhm.
We can offer them food.
Yeah,
It would be better rather than just give them money.
bro. But the problem is that even they don't ask for the food. Even if I try to just provide the food, but they deny because if they don't bring the money to the orphanages and old age homes, then their owner will beat them. So they sacrifice their hunger for to get into that trouble situation.
Do you know this? They're also just offer lack of nutrition food.
Even they don't get the food, bro. What they get? Rice and pulse. Even hardly they give or unlimited.
And that boy Karan Kumar, and he was when he was unable to just ever ask money, beg money, his pain was unbelievable, out
Yeah,
of
bro.
control. He was screaming,
Hmm.
"Mom and Daddy!" Just it was a he belonged to good family background, but his uncle, his relative, didn't have him out.
Bro, I can imagine like for that boy, that is more blissful than begging at the railway station and metro station.
And 10 years old
Maybe
boy,
they are asking for that from God rather than just living this life every day, every single day, tortured by the owners, tortured by the some people on the street. People also torture them.
yeah. Even he had a better life. He wanted to be something in his life, and he didn't ambition like I would have to just back somewhere else.
Just think about how does Karan feel when he saw people eating on the street and the KFC and the Burger Kings and the Hoppers, and when he in a hunger, in a state of hungerness, when he sees, how does it feel like?
Only just like habitually bitter
Hmm.
and just like cruel. His honor face popped in his head whenever he just visit to have food. And one boy, Karan Kumar,
Hmm.
once when he just was fed up, he was unable to walk. He tried to escape that orphanage.
Oh my God.
But by on foot he walked
Hmm.
2 kilometers, but he was caught. Could you imagine
And the owner,
could you imagine what happened with him when he was caught back?
obviously, I mean, he got beaten brutally by the owner. Maybe.
He was chained
Oh my God.
in one underground. There was no fan. It was summer.
Oh my God. How did he survive?
It was a stuffy environment.
Maybe I'm pretty much sure there will be darkness.
He was screaming for food.
And no one helped him.
No one help. It was a zone of death. It was a zone of death on orphanage on.
Yes, bro. I mean, literally. Just imagine, bro, like that boy. And didn't he try to just inform to the police officer,
He
the
was only,
police station?
he was only 10 years old. He has only one hand and mom and dad a trauma. Can you think like this? That boy can muster up the courage to complain the police. 10 years old boy don't know about the war.
Even I'm not getting like why police officer. Typically, they see them in day-to-day life. Why didn't they try to ask?
If you can see, and if we do see every day, observe. You
Yeah,
don't
bro.
think so? They don't observe.
Obviously, they observe. Even at the other side of metro station, there is a
Yeah, next to police station.
police station. Behind the police station,
Only might be 5 meter distance. Yeah.
yeah, bro, obviously. And sometimes it's they are standing just right next to them.
If
Even then, they just remove that, but they never ask.
they never let them sit there.
Yeah, bro.
Even they never let just park the any auto
Hmm.
and buy. But you don't think so?
I think we are also responsible for that. We support them by money and all that. So usually they uh, demand for money more. We should only give the food, basic need, and blanket and all necessary thing that is needed. But if we promote with money and all that, no, it will literally. We are not promoting the beggars. We are promoting the owner who just leading this thing.
That's why it has become a business
Hmm.
for them, and they know very well about this marketing. Actually, we offer much money to
Hmm.
handicap, and those child they are physically able, and they made them physically disabled
I think
to get more money.
now we can say that judiciary system is only for saying that it give anyay and all that injustice,
Justice, yeah.
justice, anyay.
I mean, if there is one child who is begging money, government system is responsible. You are getting tax.
Hmm.
Where are you spending tax to build your own home?
Mhm.
And you know this when that boy was chained under
That's
that.
why there's famous saying that law is blind
Yeah, law is blind. And not law is blind. Law is blind for only us,
for only us, for poor people, not for
poor,
rich people.
not for rich people.
Actually, they break the rules. Rich
Actually,
people.
there is no rule for that.
Yeah, obviously, bro. Like if Ambani's son do something now, court will never take action. Even if they face any, I mean, any court in a court, they just manage it by money.
And when that boy just got free from that ground,
Hmm.
underground, and just by somehow he was scrolling on his one hand. He was unable
Literally,
to
he
walk.
was scrolling.
And by somehow he went at one home and he just knocked the door. Auntie, auntie, please,
Did she open the door?
yeah, they are. And he was starving for food.
Obviously, he was starving.
When he asked for food, they refused.
Refuse.
It was a time 12 2 o'clock.
Good.
Night, dark night. Dogs were barking.
And usually, dog walk on these street, people move, and especially there.
And his also blood was worn out, many holes. Smelling, his son was also smelling his body. He hadn't taken bath for a long time. Morning, guys.
Bro, I think as a human, people should promote by giving the food and as a humanity, not for helping us as a humanity, as a human being.
This is why we worship the God we haven't seen. But we ignore those people. They are suffering.
People go to the temple, people go to the mosque or gurudwara, but people never become a human. I think their first priority should be become a human to help other person.
Even in our Hindu religion book, there is a written God is inside everyone.
Yeah. They provide the food to the god and everything. But what about the people who is outside the temple, who is begging, who is in a need?
People know. If I just offer the food to God, God will never take.
Hmm.
That's what they offer.
They will have it.
They will have it.
Yeah.
Is that why? And that lady called her husband. There is one thief, and he tried to just
Oh my god.
burglar in a house.
And obviously police came.
First of all, her husband. He broke his one leg. Fracture. He got fracture.
My god. Now he hasn't another leg. Can you imagine, bro? Like this is pure insanity. Like human become devil now. They're evil.
He went just at the hope of, and he was optimistic. I will get help from someone else. But what about society? Did he get justice from society?
He didn't get the justice. When society brutally, excoriate him.
And then
Police also came.
And did police help?
और बोलते हैं लोगों को ट्रांसफर करवाना अपने
Police brought him.
बोले आप कौन से स्कूल से बोले प्रशांत
He didn't get
Bro,
proper.
can you imagine, like, he asked for the help and he got into the trouble situation by the protector of our India, police officer, whole police system.
Police didn't dare to hit him. What's the matter?
And obviously didn't ask like what happened to him.
Just if police ask, we don't think so. Police can reach to those orphanages. They have,
In a few seconds, bro. I mean, they have many contact,
and they have evidence that victim is
Yeah.
before them.
but they will never take action because they are not getting money from that.
2 o'clock, when police arrived at that home, first of all, police slapped many times. His two thieves got out.
So can you imagine, like literally 10-year-old boy got beaten by the police officer, and they said, "I'm a protector of India."
And that boy's mouth was bleeding. And he was called everywhere. Snake, yeah. Snatcher. In society, just get together. More than 100 people were there and they were mocking. They were laughing on that boy.
Bro, here is the point. Who is responsible? Our judicial system, our legislature, and our society. Every single one.
Every single one is responsible.
Yeah, bro. Judiciary is not giving the justice. Legislature is not providing the food and employment and house for those people. And society, they always excoriate the people.
If one boy just come to us to ask money, he wouldn't ask, what about your name? Where do you live? Why are you begging me?
As a human, they must ask.
Like they didn't ask hey, how your one hand cut off and why you are in this condition. They started beating.
मेरे वाले 8 बजे से 12 हो रहा
Even
है
if they are
उधर
not
8 से
providing
11:30 हो रहा है
why there is a need to beat them?
तो
Say directly, no.
Let him go. From where you can just come back, go back. But police brought him in the jail. And he didn't get treatment. His back was just broken. And he was screaming for an unbelievable pain.
Oh God, bro, literally. Even he didn't go to the doctor.
He wasn't proud in hospital for dressing in this costume. When I read this all news in newspaper, I tried, man, whole family they were crying.
अगर तू ट्रांसफर करा के
How
किसी
it could be
को
possible?
What do you
उधर
think?
मैनेज कर रहा
Is
है
media is supporting or media is getting, their
और
money?
एड्रेस मांगे
Media do only one
एड्रेस तो
thing,
आधार कार्ड चाहिए
which thing make government happy.
बस
Just which thing? When they work the government to deliver their speech. They never do against the government.
Hmm.
You don't think so? At our location, like illegal wine is being sold.
सुबह 7
But you don't think so? Police constable they don't show. Everyone knows. Money is a snatch here.
Hmm. So if media can print everything, if media knows everything, why media is not helping those people? Even media is media generate much money, huge money.
But
By TRP, and who give the TRP? We give the TRP. But we are the viewers of media.
we love to watch those news that are against Pakistan and India war.
Pahalgam,
Pahalgam, China and
China and India,
China and India, China and America, Russia and
Pakistan and China become friends. Like
these are the news we usually watch unnecessary. They
we
let us.
negatively feed us, but what about the real condition of India, where the child is not safe, where the women says get raped, where the you can't wear the jewelry.
Have you ever seen any reporter in your street? They were showing the ground reality of a street. In my street.
They never reveal any type of reality.
Because I haven't seen in my street.
Obviously, even they just wear the good clothes, they are wearing many things, expensive things, and they just advertise themselves.
पहले उसी स्कूल में गया था बात करने
They only visit where there is
तो 9 बजे जाते हैं
I mean like
कह रहे कि
they will get much
Even one thing you notice that media people never ask you a person who is beggar, who is poor. They always try to ask the people who is rich.
मेरी क्लास चली है
Yeah, they never ever ask if you are begging who is responsible.
आया तो 9:30 बजे 9 बजे तक
You don't have home. What about your prime minister policy? There is policy. Prime minister will provide home.
Yeah.
What about chief minister policy? Education, employment.
Right to education.
Right? What about that child? His right to education.
Obviously, it's against the law. And who led to this? Society.
That child doesn't know about law and order.
That's it's a responsibility of government to make them aware.
How does he think about life? Could you say?
Obviously, I mean that's why it's formed the terrorism. It's filled with the anger, frustration toward the government, and after that they just call them terrorism. They promote terrorism. That's the reason. It is the starting point of this thing.
So, he just only thinks because I mean this world is full of cruel people, heartless,
Heartless people.
so tough, life is so tough. I made this point of view in his mind.
Society, government, our judiciary system. They are responsible.
And when he just got proper treatment, and then in jail, he got 5 years prison due to burglar in summer house.
And he haven't done this.
And there was a lawyer for him.
Even they didn't provide a government lawyer.
And there is rule and order. Government will provide him.
Obviously, it's a work of the judiciary system. Where is the judiciary system?
After a couple of 5 years, it came to judiciary. He was innocent.
Does the judiciary system, give the 5 years?
Will judiciary will give him that new life, full of hand and full of life? No, it's
Obviously, no.
He's
It's not possible.
He's handicapped.
Even the government, compensate with the 10 lakh and 5 lakh, 15 lakh. Do you really think that it will, bring that 5 years in the prison he spent for something that he haven't done?
And then government asked, judiciary asked judges,
Hmm.
where you were kidnapped, where you were chained, and within 5 hours, within 5 years, everything had changed. There was no evidence against that orphan.
Are they really educated judiciary system and the whole legislature where there is no humanity in their education?
I think judiciary and judges they are trapped. They are also in trap of little matter.
Hmm.
They don't have concern on bigger matter, education, unemployment. They are only just on land, water problems.
Water problem, treaty and all that.
I mean, judiciary is also working for government, not for common people.
And the second thing is I don't like all the politicians, even the MP MLAs, they get the best facility in India. In very affordable prices, they get the food in the parliament and all these things. I mean, there is no need of these things. Rather than they can provide to the beggars and someone who need more than this rich politicians.
And he was also, when he got bail, his file was closed. Can you imagine his life ahead?
Obviously, definitely his life become worse.
No education, no
No
skill,
ideas, even no hands in life.
no hands and that. He was even got he didn't have any document to get money from like a handicap organization.
There is no possibility, even he assumed, he just made the mindset mentality that nothing gonna happen in the future.
But he didn't give up. He just started working in a factory.
Hmm.
But later, his heart was full of fears. Chicken heart.
I think Karan is not disabled. Disabled is our judicial system, the legislative system, and the society.
We are we are disabled if we are unable to help them.
Yeah, obviously.
People can be disabled by physically,
But they all are mentally disabled.
they are all mentally disabled our judicial system. Commonly, you can find at metro station, bus stop.
Everywhere you will find.
But people today say blind, it's okay by somehow. But our officers, leader, common citizen, they are also blind.
Yeah, they all are corrupt. By not working their work properly.
They are not performing their responsibility. If it is suppose his auntie and uncle help him, his relative, what kind of life he had?
Obviously, he could have good life.
Good life and just physically enjoy.
At least uncle and auntie they can support.
But now this is
He didn't get support from
this
his
is
own relative. That's it.
this one is literally selfish.
Selfless.
If you don't have capability, then your life will. So now it's time to just jump on the conclusion. Always will just raise our voice, and if you see such kind of boys and just girls, please try to just first of all offer the food rather than money.
Obviously, like you are a human, you should behave like a human.
So thank you so much for watching this.